Hey, just a quick video to discuss the idea of foliations and lineations. So, metamorphic rocks have particular textures, and one of the main textures is foliated. So, most of the time you're going to be looking at whether the rock is foliated versus non-foliated. And what a foliation is, it's an alignment of flat mineral grains. And it can show up in a couple of different ways. This is a piece of slate, and the way that the slate shows up its foliation is as the way it splits. So slates are famous for the way that they split. They split in one direction, but you can't see the individual mineral grains in them because they're too fine. So you end up with this slaty cleavage, and that's a type of foliation. If it's a little bit coarser, you'd end up with a phyllite, and phyllites also have kind of a cleavage to them, although it's often a little crinklier than the regular stuff. And this, the slightly larger grain size shows up as kind of a sheen that the rock has, but it still has a foliation. And you can kind of line your hand up with it and say, okay, all the minerals are going this way. So that's also foliated. Even coarser would be something like this. This would be a schist, and there we'll call this type of foliation a schistosity. And again, you can see a lining up of the mineral grains, in this case, big flat crystals of mica, biotite, muscovite, and possibly even other micas. So that's a schistosity is another type of foliation. And then this is a gneiss, and gneisses are banded, and that's what defines the foliation in this case. And again, you can see the foliation in that it's all the bands seem to be going in the same direction here. So that's a really nice example of a gneissic banding or foliation. Now, a lineation is an alignment of linear mineral grains. So let me just put this down here. And this has a lineation as well as a foliation. So if you look at it on the side here, you can see that there are bands in this. This is a gneiss as well. And you can see some banding in the sides here and a kind of a foliation. But if you look on the top of that, you can see that there are linear grains as well. So this has probably been stretched a little bit, and these grains are all aligned going in this direction. So you can line your finger up with it and say, okay, they're all going this way. In addition to that, it has a foliation. So this one's both foliated and lineated because the mineral grains are flattened and elongated. So you can have both a foliation and a lineation. You could have just a lineation, or you could have no foliation, no lineation, in which case we would just call it non-foliated. And that's about it.